Late last week, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell appeared to express his support for the January 6th Select Committee and the work that they're doing. Here's what Mitch McConnell had to say. He said, "I think the fact-finding is interesting. We're all going to be watching it. It was a horrendous event, and I think what they're seeking to find out is something the public needs to know." What they, the committee, is seeking to find out is something the public needs to know. That, to me, reads as an endorsement of the committee's work. McConnell was also asked about the two Republicans serving on the committee, Kesinger and Chaney, and he refused to say anything bad about them. That is another very telling sign of the break between people like Mitch McConnell and people like Donald Trump. So, does this mean McConnell's trying to tighten the reins on the Republican Party, bring them back to reality, bring them back to a normal political party that was never really normal to begin with, at least not anywhere in my lifetime? See, that's the problem we're faced with here, folks. It's the crazies of the party versus the evil of the party. There's no good Republicans there, right? Because Mitch McConnell is an absolutely horrible, ghoulish human being. The man has packed the courts with so many far-right hacks that we are losing our rights left and right. We're losing our environment. We're losing our protections as consumers. We're losing our protections as human beings. And that is 100% Mitch McConnell's lasting legacy. So he's a horrible human being that is literally making our lives worse. But I guess we take solace in the fact that he's not crazy, that he's not some kind of wacko extremist that wants to assault people who don't blindly follow Trump. You know, I don't really know how to feel about this. Like, it's good, obviously, that Mitch McConnell is endorsing the committee. He's correct in that what the committee is looking for is something the public needs to know. You know, we need to know the results of this thing. The work they're doing is incredibly important. In fact, in my opinion, it's far too important at this point for a committee in Congress to be doing the investigation at all. It's time to bring in the special prosecutors. It's time to convene a grand jury, 2 grand juries. Hell, make it 3 grand juries if you have to. But do whatever you can to make sure that if Republicans take back the House, they don't kill the committee. And I think deep down, honestly, I think that's kind of what Mitch McConnell's hinting at here. I think that's why he put it out there in the ether that the public needs to know this. The public has to be aware of what transpired on and before January 6th. And he knows that that's not going to happen if we don't get out of the committee and into the hands of a special prosecutor. But Mitch McConnell, you always have to question his motives, right? There's always a little bit of self-preservation tucked in there, and that's the other part of this. Mitch McConnell wants to expose as quickly as possible these horrendous Republicans so that they can get out. Because he understands that the longer they do stay there, the more damage they do to the party. Sure, right now, they're poised to win big in the midterms. But if this committee keeps releasing info like this, eventually it is going to take a toll on these Republicans with regard to their poll numbers. And that is going to hurt all Republicans across the board. Mitch McConnell doesn't want to see that happen. He sees a real opportunity to take back the Senate, for Republicans to get back the House at least. And that's going to increase their power and increase the likelihood they might have a chance at winning in 2024. But not if they're blindly following Trump. Not if the crazies are running the day, and of course, certainly not if information continues to do this slow trickle showing how extreme and borderline treasonous some of these Republicans in Congress are. Mitch McConnell knows what he's doing. He chose his words very carefully. And at the end of the day, it has less to do with, the public has a right to know, and more about Mitch McConnell understanding this is bad for my party. So let's find out who the bad actors are so we can get rid of them and maybe live to fight another day.